welcome back to Medieval Engineers. Okay, so had a little technical issues getting started here. Basically, I tried to record this video earlier and we had a little trouble. We had some trouble all around, to be honest. We were running into sound issues. I'm not sure what happened with the sound. I think it's all fixed now. But we're going to go ahead and start a new world today. We'll do a safe area start, survival. I will go ahead and make this public, just in case I want to add people at some point, but for now it's obviously going to be a single player. And I didn't know there was different planets. Interesting. Oh, so I do that for modded planets. I do have long, slow. Well, I wish I could read the rest of that. And Mistvillain. Oh boy, that's. I'm tempted to try like one of these other worlds because they're modded, but I really shouldn't. We'll just do the default. I'm curious about that actually, but okay, then we're going to set up the mods now. Now this is going to be the tricky part, but I think if I just click all of these, is there like a activate all mods? And then I'll just take out the red ones. The red ones are unsupported. Some of those would be nice to have. That mounted skull would be nice. But, alas. Okay, so I think that should be pretty much all of them. And we'll go ahead and click OK. And other than that, I think we're good. Advanced settings, that's right, okay. Player inventory size, I'm going to go ahead and make that 5 times. I think that's enough to cut down on the having to store up a whole bunch. Maybe I'll do 4 times because they did revamp the building system a little bit. Max backup saves 5 is fine. I might make the days a little bit longer. How about 180? That's fine. Maybe seasons can be 5 days. Solar altitude, just tweak that up a little bit. Max objects, I'll tweak that up quite a bit. Fracture pieces can go up as well. I have a pretty good system, so I can handle a pretty good amount of things like that. Resource decay takes for a long time, so if you like drop a resource, it won't go away right away. And then abandoned castle, we're going to do just to max that out because, and that's many days. It's going to take many days for something to decay. You know, 10, almost 30. You know, 30 minus 24. Yeah, so it's like 29 days. So that's pretty good on that. Okay, and then maximum NPC animals. I don't really need to do much with that, but I'll just tick that up just a little bit, I guess. And then fast travel, yes. Travel limitations, I suppose. Could take off travel limitations, but I think I will go ahead and keep that on. Okay, so we'll go ahead and click OK. Now this is going to take a second for the mods to figure out what they're doing. I have quite a few mods. I think I have like 115 or something like that. And tons of blueprints as well, so we could start looking at some of those at some point maybe. But it's just going to take the game a second to figure out the mod situation. Hopefully it goes through. I was having a few... Okay, there it goes. I was having a few problems with getting all my mods to work together, but I think so far, last couple times I've tried this configuration, it's worked. I did have a couple of tests before I did this. And as I mentioned earlier, this is actually the second effort, the second time I've tried to get this to go. So I actually recorded a previous video that was okay, but I thought I could do better quality work because it wasn't that good of a video, so I went ahead and did it again. And yeah. I'm very excited for this. This should be fun. So, you know, there's a video out there of the Medieval Engineer developers talking about 6.4 rather. And it's pretty good. I would recommend people go watch that if they want to know all the different features that they've added. But what I will just say is that there is a major revamp to the building system that makes it so you don't need large stones anymore for castles. You use small stones, which are crafted from large stones, and you get a little bit of a break on certain things like sticks. You don't have to have as many. And they did other things too. The main difference is the combat. They've completely changed the combat around. Did a lot of good stuff with that. You know, so I'm looking forward to that very much. Looking forward to doing a modded series because I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Because I haven't really done a modded series of this. I had a previous multiplayer server series that was pretty cool, to be honest. I had a great time with it, but this will be fun this time as well. I love when you first start out how the loading is weird. Okay, one mod that you'll notice right away is the music. Now, I've got the Gothic soundtrack music mod, which is pretty cool. Now, I will, of course, be doing the opening quest, all the quest lines, really. In fact, this episode I hope to get quite a few of them done. What is that? That's neat. Those are just hanging catapult parts. Let's see if there's any goodies in here. I don't remember if there are. Apparently not. Can't even open the door. I can use that. So let's make ourselves a fun... Sometimes I like to do green because you blend into the nature a little bit better. And I do have this worker. So it has a basket, so that's kind of cool. Or I could just do regular male or female. Not sure why the female's taking so long to load. There we go. I think I'll just stick with the male for now. And gosh, there's nothing in these goodie baskets. I could have sworn they used to have things in here. But I guess it's fine. I don't really need anything. I was just kind of curious. You know, they used to start you out in this little tower. This little, like, very rudimentary tower. Okay, so let's take a look at the map. So what I want to do is I want to find a good place, and I want it to be somewhere in this range. So, you know, down by the mountains, or maybe even this Veld area. That's cool. So I want to, but basically the point of this first episode is trying to find a good spot to build. Now we do have a lot of plant mods. So the first thing you're going to notice, other than the music, which is awesome, is that there's going to be all these weird plants growing around. Not just the vanilla plants, but all these new ones, like this one here. Nope, that's just regular bush, sorry. Nope, that's flax. Well, hopefully I'll find one soon so I can show you. Let's grab this copper. We definitely need a whole bunch of metal in the early game. It might take some of those plants a minute to pop up, you know, and be, like, populated around the world. Definitely want some berries. Realistically, what we're going to be doing is fast traveling, so we want to get as much food as possible. Here we go. There's hops. That's a modded plant. Grapes, another modded plant. Definitely want to grab some of these stone piles too, because they're going to have treasure maps. And I wouldn't mind getting an early treasure map and getting like a little bit of a leg up on some advanced supplies, you know, that you can only get with treasure maps. I think that was a modded plant that I just harvested. Looking for mushrooms as well. Mushrooms would be great. Obviously, when you just start out, before you do the quest line, your knowledge trees are locked. So you have to like advance, which is a great progression system that makes the game more fun, of course. More grapes there. Anyway, I'm basically just gathering some edibles here because I want to be able to fast travel. So that's kind of what I'm doing, and I'm getting some sticks and stuff as well. The game wants me to go ahead and craft an axe, and I don't see any problem doing that. I'm going to go ahead and craft a bunch of salads too, as many as I can, really. These sticks will be valuable for fuel for a fire and for building purposes at some point. The salad is I think a rebalanced food item that they allow you to make in your inventory without a kitchen, and it's basically just combining natural edibles together. So it just boosts the effectiveness of them rather than just eating them raw. You eat them in combination, you get more out of it, which is, you know, pretty viable way of thinking about things, I guess. We used to have, and I think it's still possible to do mushroom. Well, maybe I could have sworn that was something. What was the thing with berries, roots, and mushrooms? I can't remember, but it's a pretty good food source. And we do have more flax here. The flax is good because then I can use it to make rope later, which is important. And we'll be farming that pretty extensively. Tons of hops around here as well. Okay, so I probably have enough. Let me just put the salads in my toolbar here. And we'll go to this road here, and we'll take the road. The only thing that I hesitate about leaving this area is what if there are kind of biome-specific plants. So I want to go just a little more time and look for those unique modded plants a little bit more. Get a few more berries while I'm at it, mushrooms and whatnot. I'm not seeing a ton of mushrooms though, sadly. They're a little bit hard to see sometimes in the thick vegetation. I think they might have done something with the vegetation to make it thicker. Okay, now the game says, oh yeah, I have to go to this, I have to do this quest, so that means I have to go to the ore vein before I leave the area anyway, otherwise I'll be stuck in a place far across the world being directed to this ore vein. They really should tweak that quest to make it so that the ore vein changes if you get a certain distance away. But it's just taking me to a random copper vein that's nearby. Might even be the one that we previously looted. That's grapes, I think, that I just got there again. So we've got grapes and hops. I could have sworn there might be some more in this area. Okay. Yeah, it might be taking me all the way back to that ore vein that I previously found. It's okay. More hops, it looks like. And these roots are good too, you know. Alright, so... oh, here we go. So this is a copper vein it wanted me to find. I'm just going to look around for a couple of surface ores. Boy, this doesn't even look like a copper vein. Alright, now it wants me to obtain 2 logs, which is a legitimate request, but one that we're just not going to stick around here for. I am trying to get a few basic resources like copper. I love this music. It reminds me so much of the Gothic game series, which is cool. I might turn it off at some point and go back to the Medieval Engineers music, but this is pretty cool music. I like it. I think they ended up getting like the some symphony from some country to record it. Oh, hold on. I got my rice cooking on the burner. 1 second, guys. Gotta get that off there. Okay. Okay, hold on 1 second, I'll be right back. So all these mods are great, and they're going to be useful. The one thing that I wish somebody would do, or I don't even know if it's possible really, would be to get a mod where you're basically able to use servants to help you get resources and build things, kind of, you know, sort of like mine colonies in Minecraft. So that sort of thing would be pretty cool, but I don't know if that's even possible with the current software limitations and game limitations. Pretty excited though, because I'm really curious to see what the new dynamics for building look like, and I think it could be pretty cool. So let me just finish getting my rice here. Don't you love this music, by the way? It's epic music for a game circa 10 years ago. It's epic music for a game in general, to be honest. One of the best soundtracks of any game I've ever seen, and it's frankly held up really well over time, compared to other games and such. Ooh, I've got some really dark storm clouds on the horizon here. Here in Iowa where I live. Alright, so let's resume. Sorry about that little break. I've got my food here. So let's grab these berries. You know, maybe sitting there idle for a minute would actually help the plants grow a little bit so that I might be able to find some of these plants around here. Okay, there's a bee. Beehive is good. In theory, I'll be able to plant, hopefully, these modded plants. The bees are of similar origin. There's another beehive. Hops, I think. There's tons of hops out here. Boy, I'm not seeing a lot of diversity, though. I was hoping for, like, I seem to remember there being leeks and beans and things like that. And I'm just seeing the hops up here, so maybe I should just move on. Maybe head south a little and see what happens. But I tell you what, though, our primary goal, we can find all these throughout the world another time. This is grapes, okay. My primary goal should be finding a good place to settle down. What is that? That's just a bush, right? Yeah. I do have the vanilla crops of herbs, roots, berries, mushrooms, and flax. I don't think I have much else besides that, though. Well, this is all the alcohol crops, anyway. Where the hell am I? Okay, I need to go south and mostly just east. So I'll head this way. I'll go find that road. In the meantime, I will go ahead and get some more salads going, because I'm going to need a ton of them, probably, in this early section of the game. So let's head up here, and road should be right down here, I think, probably. Nice little valley here. This game is beautiful, I will give him that. Like, it has its problems, don't get me wrong. It doesn't have water in the world, for example, which is crazy. I think they should address that immediately. I guess it's a physics engine thing, probably, but still, they need to figure it out. Because without water, I think this game is just always going to feel incomplete. So they should figure that out. These mushrooms here. Okay, so with that, I'm basically at the road now. It's right up here somewhere, I think. Somewhere. Here it is. Okay. Oh, I thought that was it. Nope. Okay. Oh, still a little ways away. Okay. Maybe it's over this ridge. Love this sunlight, by the way. The sun is looking really good right now. Okay, whoops. Where is this road? I think it's right down here. Cannot have enough of these berries and roots. I just can't emphasize that enough. And I'm still definitely on the lookout for stone piles. Stone piles will give me those treasure maps, and if I got a treasure map, I'd have such a boost to my early game that it would be amazing. Okay, I think we're really close to the road here. By the way, they changed the stacking too. The stacking is much higher in general now. Here we go. Here's the road. This is actually a really cool place. I love the light. And I will say this. Even though they don't have water, the lighting in this game is really good. You can press T, by the way, and like automatically run without pressing anything else. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool feature. Okay, so let's go ahead and use the fast travel system. And before I do, let me just make a few more of these salads. Okay, so I made 10 more, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and eat a few, so I'm going to press 3 on the toolbar. Now my hunger is really full. And now, as you can see, it's opened up a long distance where I can fast travel to. So let's try like down here, because I'm curious what this area is going to look like. So this is an intersection area, I think, way far south of where I was. Well, significantly far south. And I can even go farther south if I want. You can see the terrain has changed dramatically. The ground cover has gone from this lush green color to mostly this yellowish wheat looking steppe kind of color. Less vegetation overall, definitely fewer trees, although still some groves. And definitely some crop differences. We're seeing wheat. And let's go get some of that wheat. I definitely want that wheat. Should I finish the get the logs quest? So what I'm worried about is that I'm going to leave this forested area and not have access to logs conveniently as I continue to explore. So I think I will grab a few logs while I'm here. I do have plenty of room in the inventory. 168. I'm at 30 or so. So I made this axe earlier. So there's one log. You can chop these two for sticks. Okay, I thought I was doing a combat attack there. They need to work on the hitbox a little bit. Okay, there's that objective. Now it wants me to do a crafting table. Again, I don't feel the urgency to actually complete that quest right now. Come on, game. Let's give me a hit. Give me the hitbox. It's a beautiful green color for that tree. Okay, now we have like 5 or 6 logs. That's, you know, a good start. I only want to grab about 6 or 7 of these trees, so let's just do that right now. Just to have enough resources wherever we're going to really get started. Watch out for the trees, because when they fall, they can hit you and kill you. I've definitely been a victim of that numerous times in this game. Okay, and we'll grab that one. We'll grab that one. And that one. Lovely. Am I not getting any treasure maps? I keep picking up those stone bundles and I just don't seem to be getting any treasure maps. It's too bad. Eventually I'll get some. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and get this tree and maybe do like 3 more after this. Because, you know, the first base that we build is going to be largely wooden. And frankly, they're going to make us do all these quests where we have to, like, build components, and so those components tend to be wooden until we get into stoneworking, so makes sense. You just have to have a lot of wood on hand to be ready to go wherever you decide to settle. And with 4 times inventory, I'm able to carry quite a bit, so there's no issue with having limited space. And I now have 15 salads ready, by the way. Okay, we're gonna do one more tree after I finish this one. These trees do go kind of slow because my axe tool right now is pretty primitive, but it's not too bad. 4 chops a piece. Although that one seemed like it was 3. For the most part, it's been 4. And those combat attacks that I just did one right there, where the hitbox doesn't say click left to start cutting, those do not count for damaging the tree. Alright. So we're almost done here. One more chop here should do it, pretty much. Okay, and we'll pick up the resources and we'll move on. So let's head south and see what we can find. I would like to find a beautiful, protected area that makes sense for a castle, and then start building a little town around where the castle is eventually going to be. That hilltop would be alright. It's a little big, like unmanageable. We're back to the road, which is good. I kind of want to follow the road for now. So we'll kind of head towards this road section here. Got my eyes open for other plants too. And we do need some of this wheat. Oh, there's a treasure map, finally. We're going to this little grove here, see if there's anything. You know, this is pretty much a pretty similar biome to where we were earlier in terms of what grows in the forests. We're just getting berries and mushrooms. We're not getting as many modded plants in this area for some reason. And that just could be a coincidence, or could be based on the design. Ooh, this appears to be an iron vein. Right? Has to be. Maybe I should chill here for a minute, because I really could use that iron. It's great early find of iron. Let's go to this one, the similar vein right over here. A lot of the times in this game now, you end up getting copper and then tin, not really having good access to iron right away. So, having a readily accessible vein is always good. Alright. Well, in order to get that, we're gonna have to go through the quest just slightly here. So go ahead and do this crafting table quest. Because what I need is a wooden shovel, and I cannot yet craft the wooden shovel, so let's placate the system here and give them what they want. So, it wants us to place this down in the world, so we'll place it here. And it wants me to craft 2 timbers. Actually, I'm just going to craft a whole thing of timbers because I'm going to need them. So I'm doing 7. But the first one that completes, I'll just grab and put it in my inventory to complete the quest. It wants me to do a bed now. Okay, so we do have the bed. Well, it will be in a second once I finish crafting the timber. Timber used to stack in 5, now it's 10. That's extremely convenient. And, you know, sticks used to stack in like 10, now it's like 25, I think. Also convenient. Alright, let's place this bed down. It wants us to claim the bed, very nice. It wants us to craft a small chest, okay. Place the small chest, okay. And stockpile for timbers, this one here. And probably wants us to place that one as well. Okay. Wooden mallet. So I need timber to do that. And that's an inventory-based craft, so I'll press I for inventory. We'll click on the mallet. I'm going to put that in our inventory, okay, and now it wants us to do a wooden support, that's fine. Push G, put that in your bar there, and just put it somewhere, it doesn't really matter. We're just doing this to placate the system, the quest system. You can skip all this too, by the way, I just chose to do it. Okay, now it wants me to pick research, okay, so that's good. I think the one that has the shovel is like metal related because you have to dig metals and stuff, so let's go to J for the quest menu. Pick research, okay, so we'll go to settling down or spring cleaning. Those are completed, okay, sorry. So civil, let's show the tree, or refining. Okay, so we're going to do this one, and that's the only one I'm going to unlock for now. Because that's all I really want is that shovel. So I'm going to go ahead and craft that. Place that in the old inventory. We'll place the salads right next to it there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab all this stuff. And all this stuff. And I'll just take it to wherever my permanent base is going to be. But now that I have access to the shovel, that's exactly what I wanted. So we're in good shape there. Come on, game. I'm having trouble picking this thing up. There we go. That seems to be... Okay. I guess I'll leave that platform. But now with my shovel, I can grab some of this iron dust, which is historically accurate too, by the way, because I don't know why I'm like bouncing up and down there. A lot of iron working was done through hematite dust, like basically earth that had iron deposits in the dirt, and they would have to separate it out. Not all, I mean sometimes you'd find veins of iron in the earth and stuff, but a lot of it, especially in the early period, was done through, you know, iron ore dust or dirt, where the ore was just in the dirt. I'm gonna get like 20 or 30 of these guys. I got 11, so that's a good start. Just make me do combat attacks for some reason. Okay. So I guess you just gotta wait until it says left click to start digging. Oh, I'm getting like grass seed or something too there. That's weird. Yeah, it's grass seed. I don't know, I assume that's modded, but I could be wrong. But now I can grow grass somewhere where it doesn't normally grow, I guess. And this iron dust that you can dig with a shovel rather than a pickaxe is super convenient, super easy to harvest. Very convenient all around. What I'd also really like is some clay, if I can get some. You're gonna need like 100 clay to really get a decent start in this game. But this iron is kind of a rare find in this particular area because most iron in the world is actually in the polar region, like in the Arctic, in the medieval engineers, not necessarily in real life. Could be in real life, I just don't know. Let's see how we're doing on total iron ore collected here. Just a little bit more, get this little notch carved out. One more there. Okay, we're good. Let me check. 32, and I did get 1 clay there. I want to keep going. I want to get more clay for one thing. Was it right down here where I got it? Or was it just somewhere right there? There it was. Right there. Let's keep going. Nope, our shovel's done. Let's build another. Okay, there we go. And let's keep digging south, or, you know, downwards towards this clay. Yeah, definitely getting some clay there, as well as the iron ore. So that's like the best of both worlds. You can kind of see the discoloration that's where the clay is happening. Just getting tons of resources here, it's great. Come on, game, give me some clay. Where is that sweet clay? Could have sworn I was getting a bunch of it, now I'm not seeming to get hardly any. You know, just getting dirt here. Come on, game, where's the clay? I mean, I do need the dirt too, although it's not nearly as valuable as the clay. Maybe it's up in this layer here. Yep, it's right up here. So it's that coloration right there that I'm really going for the clay. I wonder how much I've got. Yeah, you can really see it there. Really see that distinctive vein of clay there. I don't know if it comes in veins or not, but you can really see it. Seems to be most of it, though. Make sure to dig ourselves a path where we have the ability to get out of here. This looks like there might be clay over here too. Yep. So that's good. Let's take a look and see how much we have. We do have 24 clay. I'd like closer to 100. This looks like a pretty good source of it here. You need the clay for working the furnace and building ceramics and things like that. Am I getting any here? Yeah, I'm still getting some. It's kind of hard to get the voxels targeted though. There we go. Oh, and we lost our shovel again. 35. We're getting farther along. I did eat a salad there. It was by accident, but it was actually a pretty good timed food. Seems to be going back to mostly dirt farther down I get there. I think you need 50 clay to build a kiln. So just like that alone really tells you how much you're going to need. Like, you can't even build objects until you have more than 50. Alright. We're still getting plenty. Definitely need more than 50. More than 60 probably. Of course, it'll be easier to get clay later when I have better tools and probably better sources of it. This source appears to be pretty thin. A very thin layer, you know? But we're getting plenty of it, so that's good. Anyway, these are the kinds of things you have to do to be successful in this game, is get plenty of resources. And let's check and see how we're doing. We've got 50, 77. Just a few more would be good, actually. But I feel like we're pretty much where we want to be with that. Trying to dig myself a little path out of here. I don't really know how to get out otherwise. I'll just dig right up through here. There we go. Okay, nice. Little voxels hanging on here stubbornly. Just get that out of there so it looks okay. Alright, so this is a little mine, little iron mine. And let's also take stock of how many iron ores we got. 64 iron ore. Maybe one more would be good. Oh, it was clay. There we go. Okay. 65. Nice even number divisible by 5. Actually, I could get a little bit more, couldn't I? Let's do just like 5 more. Four. I think that might be 5. Oh, one more. There we go. Okay. I think we're good. At 70, we'll settle for that. It's 35 iron ingots, right? Or no, hold on, I did the math wrong. 70 divided by 5. 5 times 7 times 2. So it's 14. 14 iron ingots, okay. There we go, finally got out of there. Alright, so let's see how we're doing. We're still on the road. Let's try to fast travel. Like, how about over here? This is always an interesting place to go to. Definitely a big iron deposit there, wow. It put me right in the middle of this hole, which is crazy. But we do have these palm trees here. And these work very similar to the other trees. They provide a little bit less wood per capita, but they're pretty cool. More berries, little palm fronds. I think the palm fronds actually have a couple of unique recipes. Okay, so anyway, that's the basics of the palm trees there. I got a couple of those. But we have to find our way out of here, of course. And I think we can just go right through here. Can we go right up here? So this is a whole different environment. This would be an interesting place to build a castle, I think. You know? Good iron veins. Nice, like, limestone-y looking walls. There's a big iron deposit there. Let me see if I can get out of here. We have grapes here, it looks to be. And more hops. Boy, why am I getting only grapes and hops? Feels like there's iron, surface iron, which is great. A little bit more. So there's tons of iron in this area, which is good because it's the main metal that you need. But, oh, and I should say, off to the right there is this gigantic gorge. I guess that's this landmark that we're looking at. Pumpkins, good. We can start growing pumpkins eventually. But I really don't think it's particularly defensible. Like, who would build a castle in the middle of a gorge, you know? Nobody. So let's walk over here and see what's over here. Well, there's the road again. But let me just check the other side of the road out real quick. Mainly, I just want to find a place to settle down. More hot or flax. I mean, the pumpkin was a nice addition. I think we need a second one to actually be able to make seeds, though. I really don't need more grapes or hops. And it would be nice if I could find lettuce. And during my test, I found tons of leeks and onions and garlic and beans and things like that. So I'm kind of curious why my plant diversity is so low. But let's fast travel to another location. I guess I completed a quest by eating that salad. Wasn't really paying attention to it. Boy, that's an interesting... There must be an iron deposit down there. Yep, and here's another one. And the grass turns all yellow like that. I guess that means there's iron to be found. Too bad there's not any more nuggets of it just sitting on the surface. Okay, so what I'm looking for are unique plants. The main thing I've been looking for is a nice place to settle down, but I'm not finding it here. Let's try down here. How about, let's see how it looks down here. Pretty cool. We do have the tropical forest trees still. And we're facing south. There's mountains. Mountains are good because if I'm going to build a castle, I kind of want it to be up on a mountain. The problem is these mountains are too big and connected. I want something more isolated and succinct. How about down here? These mountains are kind of that way a little bit. Something like up there maybe, or it's not feeling this particular area, but it's closer. Let me try this intersection here. Okay, here's the intersection. So it's kind of a cool place with the intersection and everything. I don't care for that sun... Well, the sun's setting, so it's kind of hard to judge. What about up there on this... Hmm. Up there might be good. Problem is, it might be too big still. It's hard to gauge. I think it's too big. Let's keep looking. So I'll just run back to the road real quick. Plenty of food, so I'm not really worried about dying or anything like that. But we're really just trying to find a place to call home in this episode, so we want to make sure it's going to work for us long term. I thought that was a tin deposit for a second. Okay, here's the road again. Let's, can we go to maybe a different region, or maybe this area would be fun. Let me try that one. Now I'm getting hungry. Okay, fix that. And unfortunately the sun is setting in this part of the world, so we may have to be quick about this, but okay, here's the road again. The sun is setting right over this area here. But what I wanted to see is, like, back in this direction, what are these mountains looking like over here? That one's really cool. Well, actually, they're both really cool, and there's a giant valley. That has potential. I'm not sure that I've ever built in this biome before. I think this is the karst biome is what they call it. So this little mountain here might be the place to put the keep, for example. There's a pumpkin. Another pumpkin. Nice. So we could put like a keep. Oh, there's a dead lettuce. That means there's probably a live lettuce around here somewhere. Dead pumpkins. Never quite understood how the crops decay like that. What the growth mechanics are for that, but another pumpkin. Another treasure map. Ooh, that's good. These rock piles are great, because I'm going to need all those small stones anyway. If I get treasure maps while I'm at it, all the better. I think I do like this place that we found here. I think it'll be good. And it's close to several other biomes as well. Like, it's close to this biome, it's in this biome, not so far from the regular forest biome. We do have trees down here, so it's plentiful. There appears to be an iron deposit right there. I think it's iron. It could be some other mineral, but probably iron if it's yellow grass. Unfortunately, the sun is setting on us, so we may have to build a little shelter and call it a day. Yeah, we're getting really close to sunset here. But I do like this location. I think it's going to work fine. A castle can go right up in there. Outbuildings like housing can go down here in this valley area. It'll work great. So let's make this home. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to J, and I'm going to go to quest. I'm going to open up every possible quest I can start. I'm going to start. That way I'm killing two birds with one stone a lot of the time. Okay, military, we'll do all three of these. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a small platform. Just to get something going. Maybe right about there. Maybe do a 3x3. Just have a little work area, you know. So I'm just plopping these down in a little grid. And that should be good. And then I think this is part of one of the quests anyway. So let's complete these. first thing I need to do is put my bed back down, so if I die, I come right back here. So let's do that before I do anything else. And then what we'll do is we will put the other things that we made in the earlier quest line down. For some reason, and I gotta figure out how to do this, it's, I can't get more than just 2 or 3 quests to pop up on the side there. And I think it used to show like 5 or 6 at a time, so it's kind of frustrating that they cut that more than in half. But I think maybe it has to do with the custom, they made a new feature that you can customize text print in the box or whatever. So, let me, whoops. Let me experiment with that in just a second. Let me finish placing these. It does want me to craft a furnace, so let's do that. That's for 2 of our quests. Let's do that in the crafting table. 20 dirt, 10 stone. Okay, so let that finish. Alright, now it wants us to find a marked ore. And see how those 2 ore refining and smelting quests are basically identical, largely? So that's why we're doing them all at the same time, because we don't want to have to do the same exact thing twice. Okay, now it wants me to find a marked ore vein, so we'll go over here. It's probably this one right here. Nice. Alright, now it wants me to craft a metal ingot. So we'll put some fuel in here. And then we'll put this in here. And we'll do 4 of those. We'll douse our fire once that's done. Okay, almost done here. Last one. And we'll douse the fire there, and we'll grab our stuff, and we did complete both of those quests. Wants me to do wooden claim block and all that. I will do that, but not right now. For now, we're just going to finish building this little platform. We're going to call it an episode, because I want to break this up a little bit. So this episode is basically finding a home. That's essentially what we did. Next episode, which might be later tonight, or it might be tomorrow, who knows. We'll probably try to get through as many of the quests as we can. Hang on one second. I think I can I do? I'm not sure if I can do this, what I want to do. No, not there. Let's see. Okay. So I can do it here. I'm gonna craft a metal parts there. And we're gonna take that and we're gonna put this metal parts here. We want to do one of these, so actually we want to do these. Let's do these ones. We'll grab some sticks, and I'll just do 5. And we can do maybe 5 of these later or something, but I want to get this area lit up so you guys can see if I ever have to work at night. Okay. So that's probably pretty good for now, so let's light these up by pressing F. Okay, now you can see just fine. So that's good. Okay, well I think I'm going to end it here. We'll pick things back up here, right where we left off on the next episode. Thank you for watching. So excited to be back on Medieval Engineers 6.4. Super excited about this area that we found, and we'll pick it up here hopefully later today. So we'll see you then.